Molecular formula, जैसा कि नाम से जाहिर है, it is that formula of a substance which is based on its actual molecule. What is the significance of molecular formula? Actually, a molecular formula of certain substance tells us the exact number of various atoms of different elements which are present in a molecule. Previously, we have studied about empirical formula and now we are concerned about molecular formula. Let's see what's the difference in both of them. Here we have two molecules, very famous ones. First is glucose. Glucose का molecular formula है C6H12O6. What does it indicate? It indicates that there are 6 atoms of carbon, 12 atoms of hydrogen and 6 atoms of oxygen in one molecule of glucose. But the simplest ratio between these constituent elements gives us the empirical formula, which is CH2O. It gives us the ratio between the constituent elements and it is the simplest version of glucose formula. Next molecule is benzene. Benzene has a molecular formula of C6H6. It tells us that there are 6 atoms of carbon and 6 atoms of hydrogen in single molecule of benzene. And the simplest ratio or the simple version of this formula is CH, which is empirical formula. Empirical formulas are simple ones. It gives us the simple ratio between the constituent elements, whereas the molecular formulas are based on the exact number of atoms in a molecule. For these molecular formulas are simple multiples of empirical formula. If you just look at here, what is the connection? Here I see that this molecular formula is a multiple of empirical formula. If I just multiply CH2O with 6, it will be C6H12O6, which is the molecular formula of glucose. Okay, you can now see the differences or the relationship between empirical and molecular formula. Here we have given a formula. Molecular formula is equals to N into empirical formula. What is N? N is actually a simple integer which determine the relationship between empirical and molecular formula. The ratio, if we define N, actually the value of N is the ratio of molecular mass and empirical formula mass. Here we have the formula to determine the N value, the integer, molecular mass divided by empirical formula mass. Do you know that we studied about a molecule which is C6H6 we call benzene, the molecular mass of which is 78 and the empirical formula, as the empirical formula of benzene is C6CH, and the empirical formula mass comes out to be 13. 12 plus 1 is equals to 13. The ratio between 78 divided by 13 is equals to 6. This is the N value for benzene. And if I multiply CH with 6, it gives me C6H6, which is the molecular formula of benzene. For sometimes, there are certain exceptions. There is no simple ratios between the various constituent elements. Certain compounds have same. The integer value, the N value for certain compounds is 1. They have same empirical and molecular formula. The examples of which are ammonia, carbon dioxide, water and sucrose. You can see here ammonia, NH3. It is already a simple ratio between the constituent elements. It has same empirical and same molecular formula. So as carbon dioxide, water and sucrose. For these particular molecules, these are the exception. There is no distinction between molecular and empirical formula. They have the simple one formula.